have one going faster. Whoa, okay, there you go. Hey, and welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix show / podcast, season 4, episode 38. We have an incredible show, as we always do. And this week we are looking at some very tasty plugins indeed from Yum Audio. It is, of course, their suite of plugins. Now, Yum Audio reached out to me and have given me access to basically their whole bundle today. So let's have a look. Let's have some fun. These are effects plugins, and these are some of the most creative and fun effects plugins I've played with in a long time. Before we get stuck into mucking around with them and me hypnotizing you with this little ditty that I'm working on, this little tune, big shout out to our sponsor today. It is, of course, the Ridley Academy. Yes, Ridley Academy is back sponsoring your boy Emlyn in the Mix. Become a piano pro in just 21 days. Yes, bold claim, I know, but it is totally possible if you do the Ridley Academy. If you want to learn the keys, learn the piano like a pro, 21 days, click the link down below. It'll take you to a quick masterclass video, which you can try out, see if it's for you, and then if you want to take it that step further, you can. So become a piano pro in just 21 days with the Ridley Academy. Thank you to our sponsor, Ridley Academy. All right, let's get back into the Yum Audio goodness. What is this tasty plugin goodness that I have swiped you in there with the thumbnail? Well, to be totally transparent, totally honest with you guys, I had not heard of Yum Audio, and that is maybe a bad on my behalf, because after checking these plugins out, they're just super fun. Like, the GUIs are really playful, really fun. I think just for the sake of this video, we should just get stuck into it. There's quite a few plugins we're going to have a look at today, and I'm just going to show you how they affect the audio, and excuse the puns, but I'm just going to show you how they make the audio basically sound yummy, okay? And that's my last one, I promise. All right, so the first one here, let's check it out. Crispy Clip. So it's a precision-made audio clipping for the modern age, and it introduces a blend of unique clipping styles amplified by oversampling for supreme sound quality. All right, let's jump straight over. Let's just get stuck into this. So we're going to jump over to live. I think this is the best way to present it, and I'm in the middle today. If you're watching us on YouTube or Spotify, let me know in the comment section down below if you prefer this view. I did it like this because I think it's easier to see my plugin list here on the left, or actually, which way is it? That way? Left. It's opposite. And my tune, which is not really a track. It's literally sort of like a loop that I was working on, but that's okay. It's the beginning of something. So instead of boring you to death with this song over and over, I'm just going to use it on parts of this track to begin with. So I got this little, make sure I got nothing on it. I got this little line here from my Complete Control, little synthy line. All right, super simple. Let's pop the Crispy Clip. Now, Crispy Clip would be good for, I guess, bass, guitar, synths, anything really, if you want to add a bit of warmth, is my guess, as it is a distortion plugin. But check these plugins out. Okay, there it is. Effective bass GUI, yes. Can make it massive, super playful, super awesome little plugin. So here we go. Crispy Clip is on my synth. Really nice GUI. Bear with me there, guys. I've had a flu this last week, but it has the reminiscence of it. I don't even know if that's the right word, but there's still some remaining. All right, so we can push it here. I won't push it too hard because it will clip out. So let's have a look at this. Now you can hear it clipping in at 1 and 2. Really nice if you want to get that just subtle, warm sound. I can actually reduce the ceiling here. So that'll clip it at a lower level rather than having it super loud. And then you've got a mix, as you'll see all of these plugins have a mix. Actually, I'll make this smaller because I realize my head is totally in the way there. There we go. You can turn the mix down so you can get it sort of blended nicely to where you're happy with it. And you've also got a shaper meter here. make it more rounded or squared off. You got crossover down here, and you've got oversampled over here as well. Let's try that. Wow, really nice. Really gives it that, and you're going to see with these plugins today, it gives it that sort of lo-fi sort of touch. That is crispy clip, and we're going to sort of fly through them like this, but wow. Yum Audio, not disappointing from the get-go. All right, next one we'll look at is the Grater. So push your sound to the limit, the key to extreme audio punch and destruction. So yes, there is audio punch and there is destruction in this next plugin we're going to look at here. Now, I do want to mention that all of these plugins, it looks like they have a 14-day trial, which you can experience for yourself. Head over to yum-audio.com, get your 14-day trial. Absolutely no kickback for me, but I'll have a link down below if you guys want to try any of these plugins out. Being at the 14-day there, that's pretty good. All right, let's check out the Grater and see how it affects the audio on this particular track. All right, now we have the Grater. And yeah, it looks really interesting. I'm going to solo this synth line again. So I'll turn it off. Here's my synth line without it on. We got the idea. Let's put the Grater on. Okay, I can instantly hear it squishing and compressing it. Let's just go, for the sake of this plugin, let's go through some of the presets. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Okay, so you can really destroy it, as it said, destruction, or you can just give it some character. Actually, some of these are really nice. I liked some of those first few artist presets. This would actually sound pretty good on my drums. Let me just pull up my little Diddy drum / bassline thing. Let's try the Grater on there. So we've got this little thing here going. Bassline and drums using the Super 7, which is in the same key. I just wonder whether this would add a little bit of something to this. Yeah, it's sort of gluing it, which is nice. Oh, and you can destroy it as well. Whoa, okay. Wow. Yeah, if you wanted to make like Prodigy style drums, you could definitely do it with a Grater. Incredible. Again, very fun plugin. Looks pretty dark looking, but it has this lovely sort of large Grater-ish style yoke. Is that a yoke they use in airplanes, or the accelerator to get, you know, the plane off the ground? I don't even know what I'm saying. You got your sharpness, break up. You can mess with all of these dials, have some fun, jump in. Tightness, master controls, just all around very fun. I love the GUIs on these. Of course, vector bass bypass down here. Hopefully that is on the screen. That's why I put myself in the middle here. I thought it would be good, but I don't know. Anyway, there you go, the Grater. Let's jump on to, let's look at the next one here by Yum Audio. So you got a Grater Lite. Won't look at that. It's basically the Grater, but it's just a stripped down version. Extractor. Let's check this out. Squeeze the best parts out of your noisy loops. Transform stale samples into something unique. All right, let's check this out. Looks like a transient shaper type plugin, but it could be completely wrong. Let's just have a look here. And I will chuck it back on this little loopy, beady bassline thing that I've got going on here. So Extractor, again, very fun, very playful plugins. All right, cool, here we go. Here is Extractor, and let's have a listen. Actually, we'll just turn it off there. So there's my beat with nothing on it. Already sounds a little bit warm. Sounds like it's got a little bit of glue going on in there. It probably does have a tiny bit of compression and so forth. So here we go. We've got the GUI, got this lemon here. We can squeeze out, I guess, whatever you need to squeeze out of it. All right, let's have a listen here with my beat and Extractor on. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a transient shaper. Interesting. Oh, that's incredible. No way. I can really squeeze it. That's cool. That almost gives it a Gator-ish effect. Listen to that. Whoa, it totally changes it up. Listen to my track in the mix, right? Let's turn it right down. I haven't used the preset yet here. Let's put it over here for you guys. Actually, I've got to unsolo this first and then put it there so you can see it. All right, let's have a listen to my tune. Go in a bit. All right, and I'll squeeze this transient shaper. What? Interesting. No. That's cool. That's really cool. That's got to be one of the best transient shapers I've ever played with and heard. No joke, that's really good. I don't know how this is going to sound, but I want to hear the extractor on my master. Might sound really bad, but let's just do it. Hey, we're here to experiment, okay? On Emlyn in the mix with you guys. All right, let's hear it on the master. I really don't know how this is going to sound. Wow, it's like gating the whole track. But it's doing a really good job because it's actually picking up all the attacky sort of sounds. Haha, that's awesome. It's totally different to a Gator because a Gator, the Gator won't pick up those sharp transients. It's a really good transient shaper, what can I say? Amazing stuff indeed. All right, that's Extractor. We didn't even look at presets. Should we have a quick look? Should we at least give it a chance on some of these presets? I think we should. Let's jump back over to my Super 7 here. Have it soloed. Let's just see what you've got. So pull up the Extractor again. Back on the Super 7. I don't know. We'll just go through a few here. I'll just scan through some. So yeah, you can have it really squeezed, multi-band. Even that's pretty interesting. That's cool. That's like almost changing up the groove, you know? Wow, listen to even that. It's slightly squeezed. Oh, that's got to be the funnest and best sounding transient shaper I've ever used. Honestly, that's really, really well done to Yum Audio. Wasn't expecting that. That's why I like doing these shows in real time with you guys. You get to experience my first impressions. All right, let's get to the next plugin on our list with Yum Audio. All right, this one's really interesting. And I'm going to tell you, there is one plugin here is absolute favorite, which I think is coming up very shortly, but let's check out Slap. This is an interesting one. So making your drums slap a unique click replacement tool and multi-effects unit. So this is a bit of a Swiss Army knife in the effects units here. We'll apply it again to my beats and let's get Slap up here. Here we go. Again, lots going on. It is a Swiss Army knife. It's got, yeah, all sorts of things. So we'll probably just go through the presets on this, but let's have a listen to how this affects the audio. Have it off here just quickly so you can hear it bypassed. And then we'll put it on. All right, let's put it there. Here we go. I can instantly hear some clicks going on. Shape. We've got an effects mount here. We'll go through the presets. Ooh. Whoa, how good's that? You can just totally change the sound. Oh, I like that. It really just messes with it. Reduce the wet dry. Nice. Whoa, and destroy it if you want. I like that. It's got little lasery slaps, if that's what you call them. Amazing. Make it fat, change the shape. You can get in on each individual little effect here, or we can turn them off, bypass them. or bypass completely. Squash. Nice, got a low cut as well. Alright, I think you get the idea. This is a multi-effects processor. There is heaps going on here. You got heaps of individual little effects that it is processing at any one time. Spray, clip. I mean, these really do sound incredible. And again, another fun ads plugin. I really hope I'm not boring you to death with this little ditty. I told you it was going to be a little bit repetitive today, but hopefully you get the idea. I think we jump onto the next plugin though from Yummy Audio. We are getting through them here. Let's jump over to our next one. So this is the things I really like. So we're getting into the lo-fi selection here, and I think it's either this one or the Playtime, which is one of my favorite, but let's check out Lofi Flux Machine next. So we jump back over to Ableton Live, and these lo-fi ones are really ridiculously fun. All right, so Flux Machine, here it is here. Pull it up. Really nice, sort of cartoony GUI again. Absolutely love these GUIs. Vector base, again, make it massive if needed. Actually, this might sound better on my synth line. I know there's not a lot going on this track. I really do get that. We'll take the grater off there and just make sure I haven't got it. Yeah, let's have a look. So I'll solo my little synth line up. All right, lo-fi's on. Let's go through some of the presets. Yeah, here we're going to get some tape, wobble, turntable flutter, extreme, really well done on the emulation on this, by the way. I know there are tons of plugins out there that have that sort of tape emulation, tape delay. This is really up there, to be honest. It sounds really good. It looks really good. It's very intuitive. I mean, have a listen to the original. All right, and then we have it back on. And it just magic, absolute magic. If you're going for that sort of sound, I mean, don't have to have it that ridiculous. Like, you can have it more subtle. I'm only doing it for the demonstration purposes today, guys, so you can see. But like, you know, in the mix, something like that. Yeah, it's probably too much. Pull the percentile back. Mix it to how you want. Change the timing of how the wobble affects as well. And you can even get the width up. That sounds pretty good. Sweet. Love it. You're going to love these lo-fi ones. Let's get through the lo-fi ones now. We'll go to the next one. So we got Lofi Flux Lite, which we won't look at now. Only because it's basically the same as the Flux Machine. It's just a lighter, smaller version. If you just need simple controls and you just need to be, probably if you had it on like a single track rather than a group, you can just get access to the controls that you would get from the Flux Machine without all the overwhelming parameters in your face. Next one, we'll look at those Lofi Tapestop. So I'm sure you can guess what this is. Analog modeled startups and slowdowns with yummy twists. Okay, that wasn't my pun, by the way. The famous production techniques at your fingertips. Okay, so this is going to give you that classic stop down effect inside your plugin. I know there are other plugins out there that have this. This one, I think this one sounds pretty good. And let me show you that. And actually, we'll just apply it. I think we'll just apply it to the whole track. I'll just turn my Lofi Flux Machine off, jump over to my master, and let's put the tape stop on the master. Actually, I already have one there. Here we go. All right, cool. Let's have some fun. Here we go. Tape stop. There you go. And actually, what I love about this one, you can add like a bit of flux. You can add some dust to the record. You can change the shape of the curve. Let's put a bit of muffle. This might sound a bit weird. And we'll stop it down. It's like really wobbling up there. We'll turn the flux down a bit, keep some dust on there, change it to linear. Let's try that. That's really cool. And you can change the time, the length of time it takes. Alright, let's do a real quick stop down. You ready? Here we go. That actually sounded pretty good. And quick startup. Anyway, get the idea. It is just a classic start and stop down. Very nice little addition to the Lo-Fi series. And you can add in these little effects. Sounds really good indeed. All right, we're getting there. We're getting through them. I think this next one is potentially my favorite. It is the Lofi Playtime. So let's chuck that on. I think we'll chuck it on my Super 7, which is the bass and drums. And we can leave that open there as long as it's not. Oh, wait, does that automatically play? That's pretty cool. Like if I stop it. Oh, it does. Okay, cool little feature with the Tapestop, Lofi Tapestop, is that if you have it stopped, but you hit play inside your DAW or Ableton Live as we're using here today, it'll just start automatically. So that's a nice little feature there. All right, let's jump back to our Super 7 and let's put the Lofi Playtime. I think this is my favorite. It looks cool and sounds cool. Sounds really cool. All right, we'll just play with this literally as it is called Playtime, but have a listen to how good this sounds. So I've just got it, here we go, bypassed, and we'll turn it on, and it really messes with the sound. Whoa. Okay, so we got some crazy stuff going on here. So you got tape 1 and tape 2 going. You can reverse or fast forward. Let's fast forward them. Or slow, you can have one going slow. I mean, this is probably an extreme example. You probably want to have headphones for this example. You get some real trippy sort of stuff going on. Change the feedback. You can put age on it as well and shine. This is wild. Oh, there you go, a bit of a tap delay. How good is that? Add age. Have one going faster. Whoa, okay, there you go. Low octave doubler, giving it a phase, really. Yes, this is totally my favorite out of all of them. It's just insane, absolutely insane. I don't know what that's gonna sound like in my track, probably terrible. It's in time. Was not expecting it to be in time. Actually, I do want to hear this on my synth. We got some presets here called Synth Magic. Let's chuck it over onto our synth. Here we go. Lofi Playtime. Playtime. Let's have a listen. We'll solo it up. Here we go. Nice. If you want a bit of stereo spread, I guess. Vaporwave pulse. Oh yeah. Changing the pitch. What's that sound like? Man, this honestly, wow. I like this one. Okay, I'm gonna get carried away. That is Lofi Playtime. As you can see, ridiculous fun. And probably my favorite out of the bunch. All right, we're getting through them. Lofi Pitchdropout. You can probably guess what that is. We'll quickly look at that one there. It is, of course, a pitch dropout. Really well done, as they all are. Here we go. We've got the pitch dropout. Let's have a listen. Solo up our synth. I haven't got a bypass. Let's just listen to it straight away. You hear the pitch drop out, sort of like, it's one of those, you remember, I don't know if you guys ever played with cassette tapes. You guys might be a bit younger, my audience now, but back in the day when you had cassette tapes and the actual tape used to get chewed by the machine, if it was especially if it was an older machine, might chew the tape and you get that sort of bite sound. This is what that reminds me of, and you get those pitch dropouts. And you can essentially add a heavy drop, driplets, broken VHS, so it would happen with actual video players as well. Anyway, let's have a listen to them. So you can increase the amount, so it's like insane like that. And you can also increase the chance, so there's more times it's happening. Try driplets. Broken VHS. The broken VHS is cool, you get that flip back, you know. Vintage player. I mean, if you're into making synthwave, lo-fi, this is right up your alley. I know this track that I'm working on isn't really a lo-fi hip-hop beat or anything, but I could totally imagine a lo-fi hip-hop beat employing these plugins. You would have an absolute ball. This is obviously way too much. Or if you wanted to emulate that old school videotape 90s sound, you could just do it with this. Like, this is really well done. I love the flick back. Absolutely cool. All right, we've got to get through them here. Show's about to wrap up. So lastly, we've just got spread, and you got spread light. And I'm sure you can guess what spread is. I'll just show you why I think spread is pretty good as a spread sort of plugin is, and I know there are other plugins that can do this as well, but you can get into the frequency bandwidths of each area where you want to spread, and you can also adjust where that is. And it's just a nice, easy sort of spread plugin I found, you know, for doing that. All right, so here again, it's on our synth line. So it already recognizes the frequencies where the spread is most likely happening, and you can see it. Actually, I'm going to pull it up so you can see. So on the red one here is where it's most of the frequency bandwidth is playing with this particular synth. So we'll spread it out a bit. There you go. I can mono up this one. Or I can actually change it to go into my lower here. Make that really wide on the top end. Cool thing about spreading your audio and really giving it a stereo image is you can actually, as you could hear there, I mean, that might have been total extreme, and I'm doing it extreme for you guys today. But you can separate your mix so much easier when you spread your audio, especially with the stereo spread. Have some of your instruments in mono. For example, your bass should be in mono. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely helps having your bass in mono. It's going to sound wild if you have it in stereo anyway. Drums somewhere in the middle, and in the synth line you have spread, and it really separates your mix like this. We're going to have more mono like this. Anyway, all in all, amazing stereo spread plugin. You can isolate or bypass the frequency bandwidths down here, and you can see you can just turn up the stereo width up and down. I like it. It's very nice and very easy to use, very intuitive, great feedback. All of these plugins have amazing feedback. I'm going to have to leave it there. That is the Yum Audio tastiest effects plugins that I've played with in a long time, and I will vouch for that. Very fun indeed. Hope I didn't bore you to death too much with that little sort of melodic ditty that we had going on there. But yeah, if you want to check out Yum Audio, I'll have a link for it down below. No kickback, no affiliate link, but they are really cool, fun effects plugins, and you can try them out for free, 14-day free trial. What have you got to lose? Give it a shot, see if it's for you. Maybe you've got a track you're working on at the moment. Maybe it's lo-fi based, and I highly recommend for lo-fi. These things are really They'll be a lot of fun. I know that wasn't a lo-fi track, but I'm inspired to do some lo-fi music now with these because they have all the bells and whistles you could possibly want. Tape emulation, wobbles, dust, you name it, cassette emulation, it's all there, and you can have a lot of fun. I love plugins like this, and that's why I wanted to feature it on the show today. What do you guys think of them? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you to our sponsor today, the Ridley Academy. I'll have a link for that down below too if you want to become a piano pro in just 21 days. And we'll be back next week with episode 39, rolling through the year here. Thank you so much for joining me on the Emlyn in the Mix show. Till next week, stay creative, stay productive, produce some amazing beats, and see you on the flip side. Boom. Hey, thanks for listening to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. Here you will find all the latest in music technology, software and hardware, interviews, and more. Also, don't forget to check out the Emlyn in the Mix YouTube channel today. Till next time, keep it real.